Dawn, when crews left the scene at about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, they said the fire was contained enough for the owner to handle the few hot spots that were left. Now, that fire is still under investigation. In fact, the Maryland State Fire Marshal is here now checking it out. 24-year-old Christopher White and 31-year-old Rashawn Boyd appeared in court today in connection to the shooting death of 28-year-old Samson Edmond. People who are caught with 10 grams of marijuana or less in the state of Maryland will be issued a civil fine, and they will not be charged criminally. The no dumping sign is pretty obvious, but as you can tell, the people in Mineral County don't seem to care. There's plastic bottles and beer bottles laying all over the place, and if you take a look over the hill, there's dozens of tires and even more trash. Here's an idea what the specially marked bags are going to look like. This is a 32-gallon bag, and this is going to be set at $2, and this is a 13-gallon bag, and this is going to be set at $1. These branches and shrubs, they're going to be cleared out by some local groups to make way for some landscaping, all dedicated towards the founder of this beautiful little town. There's so much going on and so much for people to get into. People are really starting to file in here, too, getting off work and bringing their families. It's recognizing the Confederate ransom of Hagerstown, which happened 150 years ago on July 6th. So I had no idea what to expect when I showed up here at the Battle Frog event, and obviously I'm way too overdressed if I want to go and participate, but the guys here have hooked me up with some clothes, so now it's time to go get a little muddy.
These are true heroes. There's no question about it. And so much is lost as they age and pass on that will never be recovered.
Monday marked July 27th, the day that the truce agreement was signed between the Communist North Korean forces and the United Nations forces, ending hostilities in the Korean War back in 1953. Over 36,000 Americans were killed in action, and some lived right in our area.
So we're here commemorating that anniversary and to honor the 32 heroes from Washington County who were killed in action in Korea.
Monday marked the 62nd anniversary of the truce, and members with the Antietam Chapter 312 Korean War Veterans Association held a special ceremony to honor the Americans we lost in battle.
That's the main thing, to remember the ones that have died, and just to be so glad that we could do something to help with the oppression and communism.
We feel that it is something that we need to do and want to do and will continue to do.
Major General Shin Young-soo from the Republic of Korea Defense Attaché to the United States was present and said a few words.
No more forgotten war. It is forgotten victory.
Along with George Owings, Secretary of the Department of Veteran Affairs under Governor Larry Hogan, 4 wreaths were laid by a monument dedicated back in 2013 to Korean War veterans, and the 32 names of those who died from Washington County were read aloud.
Charles H. Snyder, Jr.
We know that we have other members in Washington County whose remains have never been found. They're still missing in action, but their names are on our tablet.
A special day to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. In Hagerstown, Nate Stewart, WHAG News.
2 for $1?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll do 4.
4 and 4 there. So we're at $3.
We have all different kinds of products, vegetables, fruits, meat, eggs.
On top of honey, cheeses, soaps, bread, and Red Hill Sharpening will even fine-tune your knives. It's all at the new Boonesboro Farmers Market.
We have about 15 regular vendors that come every week, and we seem to be adding vendors every week. Probably by the end of the year, we'll probably be up to 20 or 25 vendors.
The market was made possible after the town was named a Sustainable Maryland Certified Community.
And for that certification, the Environmental Commission in Boonesboro had to send out a survey and ask community members what exactly they were looking for and what some concerns were. And something that they really wanted was a farmer's market.
And after almost 2 years, the residents got what they asked for, bringing in all kinds of vendors from within 100 miles of the town. The market opened at the beginning of June, and farmers say all the rain we've been getting has been both a blessing and a curse.
The rain has been phenomenally well for some crops, and for other, like berry crops, not so well good. So you just take the good with the bad.
Places like Fresh As It Comes actually pick their produce early in the morning and sell it the same day when the farmers market opens at 4 p.m., meaning it's as fresh as it can get for you, the consumer.
We've had just a whirlwind of comments, all positive. We haven't heard anything negative. It's been a pleasure.
In Boonesboro, Nate Stewart, WHAG News. This pup has grown up. Kutch is now a little over a year old and has been helping out 6-year-old Will Hartman, who was born with Down syndrome and type 1 diabetes.
He's just going more and more with scent training and just working with Will's blood sugar and his saliva and just being able to detect it more and more.
The Hartmans train Kutch at home on a daily basis, and he's come a very long way. The family has vials of Will's frozen saliva that was swabbed when his blood sugar level was below 90 milligrams per deciliter.
What they found is that the saliva, when your blood sugar is at a normal range, or if it's high or if it's low, it almost has a different scent to it for a dog. For humans, we can't smell the difference, but they can.
The Hartmans thaw out the saliva and place it in their pocket or tape it inside their shirts.
And that's really all we do, and then it's up to Kutch. Once that scent starts to permeate the room, he smells it, he finds it, sits, barks, and we reward him for it.
Will wears a continuous glucose monitor, but there's typically a 10 to 20-minute delay if his blood sugar levels drop too low.
Kutch would be immediate. When he is low, he's smelling it at that time and not 10 minutes down the road.
Kutch isn't at the point where he can detect when Will's blood sugar is low on his own, but he's making progress.
Eventually, he'll figure out the connection between what he's smelling is actually Will's saliva. And when he does that, he'll be able to smell it on him and his person himself. And so when he can do that, that's when he'll actually be like a full-fledged diabetic alert dog.
But then we might have to train him to go get something for Will to correct his blood sugar. So it might be like we have, a basket with juice boxes in it, and so he might get it and take it to Will.
I think it's really neat to see, just as a young boy with a disability, to be able to find something like a dog that's there for him all the time, it's very special.
In Hagerstown, Nate Stewart, WHAG News.